Some awesome books I read in 2023 by Rajesh Nair, a frequent contributor to Unique Times magazine and partner at Ernst & Young, brings more than 2 decades of experience in advisory services and business development. He specializes in crafting growth strategies, optimizing costs, and leading consulting operations in Kerala with a focus on sustainable solutions. Rajesh actively contributes to management, entrepreneurship, and governance initiatives. As a seasoned speaker, he has shared insights at numerous business events. Another year passed with me clocking the target of 100 books, and a wee bit more. In recent times, I often get this question by friends and colleagues. Is it not a colossal waste of time when you can get the summary of the book in well-articulated essays, ChatGPT, and YouTube videos? Well, I normally smile and let it go, and perhaps to the younger generation, I remind them that it is the process of reading that gives me pleasure, uncovering new topics, entering different labyrinths of knowledge, and most importantly, looking to understand the world a little better. And the time to read, travel, waiting at airports, the odd insomniac spells, and the ferocious thirst for the written word. Well, the world does conspire to give you more time. Anomaly, Hervé Letellier. This is clearly one of the smartest fiction I have read in recent times. A flight hits an electronic cloud and miraculously becomes 2 flights, a replica of each other, including a copy of all the passengers. The flights land at the same airport in the space of months. What do you do when you have a double of yourself in the world? Besides the creative story and some of the questions the book poses will leave you thinking for weeks. Very smart writing and premise building. Fincher by Adam Nayman. Those of you who know my movie habits know my addiction to Fincher movies and admiration to Aaron Sorkin as a screenwriter. This book, which is still not complete, is one of those lovely books I want to peruse through 1 page at a time. It is a brilliant exposition into the mind of a technician who is at the peak of his craft and brings a new meaning to relentless. Must read for the movie buffs only. The Ministry for the Future, Kim Stanley Robinson. My work in sustainability got me to read a lot of books on the subject in the last year, and this one is a really well-written one. The ability to articulate complex ideas related to climate change in simple, unpretentious language makes it a compelling reading, and it is a sort of one-stop guide to climate change and understanding where we stand around this important subject. Slow Horses series, Mick Herron. I saw this very interesting British spy series on Apple TV a couple of years ago and have recently wrapped up the 3rd season. It has the best of British writing, sardonic humor, realistic settings, and Gary Oldman doing some awesome line reading along with an outstanding ensemble. But the surprise package were the books. Mick Herron paints this fabulous world of misfits, misadventurists from the MI5 shunted and parked in a Division slough house, alliterating with Slow Horse, and their fantastic adventures. Must read and must watch. The Jolt Effect, Matthew Dixon and Ted McKenna. This is a dissection of selling and management consulting. The thesis revolves around the fact that our true competition is not another competitor, but the indecision of the customer. I typically avoid how-to books and never recommend them. However, this one is a thoughtful read, grounded in diligent research, featuring great case studies, and it almost provides templates and structures to help you think and work. For you professionals out there, read it. Ruthlessly Caring, Amy Walters. Cohen. As a caveat, Amy is a colleague in our UK office. She brings out a series of 5 paradoxical mindsets leaders need to embrace while negotiating the new world. Ruthlessly caring, ambitiously appreciative, politically virtuous, confidently humble, and responsibly daring. Intrigued? Read it. It is a fantastic mental exercise on how we visualize management scenarios of the future and become future-fit professionals. Elon Musk, Walter Isaacson. This is a very well-written biography, and also perhaps first comprehensive attempt to humanize Elon Musk as a human being, a professional and an entrepreneur. If you have read Isaacson classics on Steve Jobs and Leonardo da Vinci, you know what to expect. There are very few writers who can get into such depths of the human psyche and then be able to explain their minds, their aspirations, and their vision to others. Constructed as a tome, it is a voluminous read but manages to keep you engaged. Don't worry about the bulk of the book. It is a breezy read. Time Shelter, Georgy Gospodinov. This one is a classic from the writer who gave us The Physics of Sorrow some years book. It is one of really emotionally moving novels I have read in recent times that deals with a very contemporary question. What happens to us when our memories disappear? Crafted with a questioning mode, the book poses a lot of personal questions to each reader, and I think the experience of reading it will be different for different readers depending on your age and social setting. But one thread is clear: it is a masterful read. Same as Ever, Morgan Housel. Morgan Housel's earlier book, The Psychology of Money, was part of my 2021 list. Same as Ever is an equally compelling read. While we ponder on the future and the disruptions that it will bring in, we forget to ask a more fundamental question: what will remain the same between now and the future? The core of most changes is still human, and there are several management and behavioral principles which will not change and remain the same. Spiced with examples and a potpourri of splendid anecdotes, it is a lovely read. Extra Life, Stephen Johnson. This is the last book I completed this year. The book supports the fundamental premise of the increase in life expectancy in the last 100 years and presents detailed data and statistics covering a history of diseases, discoveries, genetic changes, and dedicated forces in different aspects of our society which have come together to make this change. But it also presents a number of challenges: new pandemics, the irresponsible nature of human in neglecting hard facts like climate changes and public health systems, a brilliant read that sifts between the spirit of a thriller and a detailed textbook. I also confess a recency bias, though. Anomaly was one of the first books of the year. There were some fabulous books which I did not include, like Rewired on AI, The Digital Mindset, Clear Thinking by Shane Parrish, Knowledge Podcast, The Global Trade Paradigm by Arun Kumar, and the recent book Beyond Three Generations, Family Business by MSA Kumar, Navas and Firozi Miranal.